And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Wild Arms 3. I'm your host, the RPG guy. And that's right, y'all. Let's get going. Now, before we get going too far, we're going to do a small little side quest, but we probably should prepare for it. And I do mean that very much, prepare for it. And the way I'm thinking we should prepare for it, well, let's do Terror Roar. We're actually going to equip the Dark Ring here. Now, not usually do I care about elemental defense, but there's a reason why we're doing it here, and it'll make sense as we strive forward, as they say. But in the current kind of situation, it's not directly clear. It'll make sense as we progress. But there is a reason why you need to have Dark Ward on, and it was a side quest we dabbled in earlier, but there was no point in continuing. Whoops, as I just made a big old circle. Alright, let's go ahead and head this way. Now this again is an optional activity, but you'd be kind of a fool in this series to miss out on what we're about to be able to gain access to, as they say. Now I gotta negotiate this, which I hate doing. And what we're doing... So you see the enemy's not as big of a deal this time. I believe from here... I think it is. Let me check over here. Did we find it? Yes. Now this place sucks really hard. No joke. Decaying Labyrinth. Hold on to your butts, and if you're cute, hold on to mine. Yeah, no, this dungeon's the worst. There's no treasures in here. So already you can probably see why I don't like it. But the enemies here drop cool stuff. Some cool stuff. One's the poison resistance, which we might pick up for the rest of the party. So I think there's a couple people who don't have it. And then there's a rare steel option, but I'm not going to worry about the stealing so much. Do we even have that? We do, but it's not accessible right away. But the rat monkeys have a chance of dropping, I believe they have a chance of dropping the moonstones, which is, to my memory, one of the best ways to get moonstones. Easy kill. You notice they're fast, though, which makes them dangerous in this dungeon. You might say, well, that's not that bad. There be a reason that they are dangerous, my friend. There be a reason. Damn terrible and horrifying one, too. Yes, I really didn't need this. So we need to go this way. And we're going to be falling off sides a lot, not because of accidents either, by the way. It's going to be because it's a forced issue. And again, that's not a joke. That's not a smite at the game or slight at the game or this particular dungeon. There is a reason we want to keep our encounter rate really rather unscathed, if possible. You just don't know why yet, but it's coming. I don't believe we get much from him. Rat monkey did nothing because I think we had the opening attack, it looked like. Yeah, that rat monkey getting the first turn is the worst. But there's some small ways to get around that, but not many. It means you don't want to be kind of, to quote, dicking around with it too much. I'll explain it once we get to that point. Right now it's not the biggest deal. But you'll see what I'm talking about in due course, of course. Oh boy. This dungeon is the worst. In its own way, it's the worst. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say Jet should get a kill. This is what we were hoping, to make sure that Gallows gets a turn. I believe he can one-shot these guys. Yes. And in a good way. Dang it. Would have been some light crystals. Never a break, guys. Never a break. And strangely enough, we are actually almost to where we need to be. Not a joke. Could have used those light crystals too. Damn. What a freaking fail there. All right, so here's where things are gonna get the make or break. We gotta drop down. Part of the seal that decorates the chest is chipped. Could it have faded with time, or is someone responsible? A strong stench of death creeps out of the small crack. The stench slowly transforms into a human shape and begins to unleash death. And we get a nasty boss fight, a very nasty boss fight, where there is a very good chance characters might go down that do not have darkness defense, which is Gallows and Clive. But the reason I gave Virginia the darkness protection is because she can mystic berries and she's fast. We need fast characters for a lot of this, not slow ones. So let's go ahead and pop a Gela card. Valiant and Quicken. The more defense we have against him, the better. Is to probably just, and then maybe next turn we'll try to decelerate him if we can. But it's not always a good. It's not always the best option. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's pretty rough. It can be pretty rough. This is what we were worried about. Oh. Now it doesn't seem that bad, but he tends to spam it. And he has some other attacks too that are not necessarily the greatest thing ever. Now that's not going to bother Virginia or Jet, but Gallows and Clive will benefit from this more than anyone. So we'll quicken Clive, and we'll try to quicken Gallows and see if we can slow down Numbnuts here. So we need some of that delicious FP before we can do that. Yeah, there's a good chance Gallows and Clive might fall out of the battle and not get any XP, but it's one of those side quest issues that I would just arguably deal with. You can see he counterattacks every attack with an attack of his own. Hence why we are doing what we are doing. And Gallows will actually stop using melee attacks at some point as well. Unless he keeps damaging him, because he'll just do more damage than the magic. We'll see. Phantom Hazard again. Yeah, but Clive's hurting, which is good. Alright. Made him faster than Jet for that round. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. This is bad. So we can't use magic, but it's not gonna matter because we just won the battle. We lucked out. He could have popped that sooner and really made our lives a living hell, but he didn't. So we really lucked out. So we're gonna get 7,800 XP. That's pretty good. Everybody's gonna level, and we got some nice money with that too. Virginia may have leveled up twice too. No, she leveled about the same. But yeah, all right. So one of the harder battles this early in the game, but we did pretty good. The corpse ring glitters as it eats away the surrounding dirt, rock, and all life from in its vicinity. Acquiring the corpse ring will curse all party members by reducing their HP to 1 and their vitality gauge to 0. It will be impossible to remove the curse as long as you are in the ruins. You cannot restore your HP or vitality gauges. Furthermore, you will not be able to save your game onto a memory card using the Gimmel coin. The only way to remove the curse is by exposing it to the ring to sunlight. Yes, we take the challenge. And you heard that correctly. We have to get out of this dungeon, and every character has 1 HP. This is gonna suck. If you're not gonna make it out in one move, you've got to figure out another plan of action here. Okay, so that's a no-go. So yeah, instead of actually trying to fight something, we're better off resetting the room. And you're gonna see this quite a bit in this dungeon. It's pretty much the only way to really get through it, especially when the encounter gauge begins to deplete itself. Woo! You can also remove the encounter gauge by grabbing an object, pressing a button, like so, and so on. Well, that's not going to fly. We got to go the other way. You get for making a wrong decision. So making wrong turns is not good either, mind you. Ooh, I did not choose wisely. Yeah, being very meticulous about where you go is important. Yeah, I don't want to waste all my encounter gauge from small rooms like this. It's so pointless. Go. All right, and oh god. Like this room, I wouldn't mind wasting an encounter thing because it's just a really insanely long room. But we lucked out and didn't even have to bother. Resetted it. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Reset that there. Actually, I think I'm missing some stuff here. Ah, dang it. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's the door leading out, so obviously we got to pull that back. And that's the door we came from. Let me see here. No. We gotta get the other side first. We'll head down over. Got it. Woo! Don't mind resetting the room. All the buttons should stay pressed, so all we gotta do is that, and we're out. Hot diggity dog. I hate these rooms so much. Actually, no, I lied. I hate these rooms so much. Rooms that actually require you to skip that fights. And we made it. Woo! Woo wee! What a rough ride. Quartz ring is purified by the shimmering sunlight and evaporates into thin air. The corruption was eating away at the ruins and the surrounding areas put to rest. The game's not that... Oh, yeah, okay. All right. For some reason, I'm thinking of a different wall arms. All right. So we made it. Now, this was what the young girl at the secret garden was trying to get us to do. So, yeah, as early as we were in the game, it would have been a stupid idea to go and do this mission when we were leveled the way we were. So now that we're leveled pretty darn good, it wasn't as bad as it could be. One fight could have been just fatal. Especially with the rat monkeys moving as fast as they do. Now we can go back in there now and not have to worry about it, but let's go back here. Well, we cleansed the cursed ring we found in the ruins in the northwest, but we still don't know whether we stopped the corrupted soil. I think it's alright. The flowers say they feel a lot better.
Whoa, I'm shocked. You've got a strong bond with surroundings than even us Bascus. It's like we did our job. Now let's get out of here. We can find better work elsewhere.
Actually, if you don't mind, I have one more reward for you. The soil is corrupt no more. Now I can share with you the bounty of the harvest, goods for your journey. Are you saying you'll cultivate herbs and medicines for us? Many have tried, but so far nobody has been able to raise such plants. That's why you can't just buy them. And here you're offering to do just that for us. We really appreciate it, but you've given us a reward already, so you don't have to go out on a limb. Okay. I'm sure some of your flowers with me. That's all I ask in return. For all, I love taking care of flowers.
You heard her. Let's grab as much as we can.
I'm sorry, he's so rude. He's had it rough. You'll never hear anything nice out of him. But he's not really a bad guy, okay? Of course, you help the flowers. You have to be nice to people you want to help if you want to help Mother Nature.
You have to be nice people to help Mother Nature? And your point is?
When gardening, I can cultivate special berries, carrots, and various flowers, too. Okay, so we unlock gardening. Yay. So we can sow. And really the deal is, we'll do a little bit of this, but you got to be careful. Revive fruit. We only got one holy root. It almost becomes like necessary to a degree. Just want to double check something. We're gonna do potion berries. Oh wait, I want to do. Okay, so you need at least 2 of the item in order to actually start sowing. So we don't have 2 of the mega berries. We don't have any mega berries. We don't have 2 full carrots and tiny flowers. So until we can't even do that yet. So here's what we're gonna do. Put in a few heal berries, because why not? Not many. I don't think we need to do that many. We're gonna do a lot of potion berries. Maybe 3 potion berries. We're going to do some revive fruits because we don't have a lot. Now, I may not do any carrots this time around. We already got 16. You know what? Let's put 1 mini carrot in there. We'll start there. We're going to phase out the... we are going to phase out the heal berries and then put probably more carrots in there. But this is good for now. And then we can improve upon upon how much it takes to So, like, for example, if I sacrifice, let's say, 20 heal berries will grow faster and more efficient, and we'll get a bigger stock to harvest later. I don't want to spend much in anything else. Maybe 3 mini carrots at the most. Maybe 2 potion berries. Look, 2 potion berries. And that's really it. You don't want to invest too much. You can invest up to 99 of any item for this purpose. We'll do 1 heal fruit only. Mini carrot will do 4. We have an even 12. And anytime we start getting abundance of any items, we'll start investing in the breeding. And then what we'll do is we'll have to wait for some time in the game to go by. Come back and check the secret garden. You know what I could even do, in all fairness? Let's do that. And just see what happens. Alright, so there it is. There's a lot to say about the secret garden, and you guys kind of get... I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, there's a lot that needs to really be broken down. And the big one I usually tend to think that's the most relevant is that you invest a little bit of your healing items into it, and you're going to make a lot more of that back in healing items when we return. So that's why it's such a big deal to get that as early as possible. This to me feels like personally the earliest place to do that. For Virginia, go ahead and reset Dark Ward. Do the Gela boost. Like so. And she'll also give us a really cool accessory for Virginia to equip on one of her summons or guardians, however you want to call them. Gela-wise, we're still kind of short. I think anything we need up in the 30-somethings to really level up damage. So what we really probably should do is we'll make a save. You know, wait, he's saving on screen? Yeah, I'm saving on screen. This is just, you know, we're not going to waste that much time. We still got like 15 minutes of episode pretty much to go or so. And what we need to do is come in here. In about 3 months, and that means it's been months since the ship carrying Amelia's boyfriend disappeared. The ship disappeared a little ways south of here on the other side of the continent in the northeastern straits. It seems the place is infested with monsters so horrible even the most daring sailors avoid it like the plague. If you're headed to the dunes, keep a sharp eye out and stay away from those sands. Hoo 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 hoo. Whoop, get in there. So, what we need to do is we actually need to do a little bit more here. So we'll go over here. You're looking for a ship to cross the dunes, but you can't find one anywhere, right? Am I right? Today's your lucky day. Why not help me with my research? I'm going to put together the strongest, most cutting-edge Sandcraft ever. Help her out. What do you think? This baby's the cutting-edge and high-speed Sandcraft technology. A conventional Sandcraft generates so much friction that the sand cuts into the hull. The numbers this number packs a solid load of armament while making huge advances in overall speed and durability. She's my answer to all the hurdles confronting further development of the technology. Of course, I had to skimp a little on the weaponry to finish her, and her drive data is blank. I need 15 more dragon fossils to finish her chassis. All you have to do is go get them. Just promise to record her drive data and she's yours. Sounds like a deal to me. What do you say? Dragon fossils for a Sandcraft? I'll help you complete it. That's what I wanted to hear. Actually, I had taken out a loan on Dragon Fossils to make the parts I needed. Now I can pay the loan sharks back and sleep soundly for once. So the Sandcraft is yours. Let's move the Suncraft to the beach outside. Remember, you have to get on and off the Sandcraft at a beach. One more thing, you'll have a tough time fighting dune monsters with her current armaments. So be sure to save your game before you head out into uncharted sands. If you get the hang of it soon enough, I'll go ahead and send her down to the landing beach on autopilot. And her autopilot supports teleportation through items. Ain't she something? So, really quick, we already had the 15 fossils from killing the Diobarg. That was where the area where they told us not to ride the horse. Yeah, that's really where we got all that from, and more. So really, we don't need to worry about anything else regarding that. All we gotta do is leave town. Get out of the way. Alright, so we get on our craft. So that's just info about where we need it, about how the Sandcraft works. I'm not too worried about that. So if we take a look at our map, we need to head over this. Wait. We need to head southwest, I want to say. So southwest would be the way this way. And here's the beach. Yes, I can land my Sandcraft there, you bastard. And there's a sign. Safe way to sail is to stay near the coast. Yeah, don't worry about it, Alan. We got this. And what do we have here, friends? I thought a central office of a religious order would be more... Yes, I had expected a more courtly and grand temple, but this is as if we're exploring a ruin.
I guess nowadays you kind of have to take the new heights to secure followers. I can see why our faith is on the decline.
No wonder they were so generous. They're in the right business. Maybe I should change careers.
Then what do you say you team up with this future priest and make a fortune together? I have some know-how and background about this kind of stuff, you know.
Stop it with your nonsense. Let's just head over to hand the Kism Fire and hand over the Kism Fire and complete our mission. Yeah, really, Gallows, shut the fuck up. All right. So we can't really explore the Ark all that much. There's a few things we can do. And one of the most interesting ones is that there are no battles here. Obviously, they made that somewhat clear. What we want to do is... there's a lot of these rooms. And this is what we're going to do with these rooms. You can see some have duplicators requirements, and some don't. We're only going to use one duplicator here. You'll see a lot of Duplo stuff. Just, you have to restrain yourself. This place will suck away all your duplicators before you know. Speaking of duplicators, where are they? Oh, there they are. Open Sesame. And we get Warp Star, which is exactly what it sounds like. It'll allow us to teleport anywhere we've currently been. Or recently been. We'll need this to get these. Dragon fossils, sweet. And a map scope, yeah. I believe there's one other thing we can get. No, we can't do that yet. We're not going to waste a Duplo on that door. I believe that might be it. We can't do anything about that wall. No. Okay, we're not going to waste Duplos now. Alright, so that's all we can really accomplish. We'll be back here many times in the game to kind of knock out these other building requirements. Not a joke. This is a cool place, but there's still a lot that we can't really accomplish yet. I believe we can purchase things here. Oh no, this is for staying and healing. You can see we can stay here if we want to. There was a shop, but it may not be available. Or it's the room that's blocked off. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of Wild Arms 2. A job well done. Thanks to you, this Ark has taken another step towards the future. A small step, but absolute nonetheless. Here is your reward we agreed upon. Please accept. I'm rich, bitch! Thank you very much. We're all glad to be of help. If I may, is this energy crystal really going to prove useful? Of course. But before I can explain, you must understand our dogma. Many doctrines of salvation speak of fulfilling one's spirit in order to retain salvation after death. However, the doctrine of the Ark of Destiny views the pursuit of mundane benefits as supreme, and we work and devote ourselves to it every day. There are many who shy away from us, interpreting our goal as merely money-making. To demystify our doctrine, only when peace of mind and tranquility are attained in our everyday lives can spiritual fulfillment be achieved. So it's not about seeking spiritual shelter. So it's not about seeking spiritual shelter, but taking care of your everyday life first and foremost. There are many factors that threaten our everyday lives, but most of it can be blamed on our wasted environment. And we humans are not strong enough to face and accept this harsh environment. I do not possess a gracious disposition as to throw away my will to live. I have found the means from this planet for people to improve their future. That is why I have created a movement putting to use ancient artifacts for the good of today, applying the technology of these artifacts to improve the lives of people. This is the grand dream that can be realized by my powers alone. Fortunately, I have colleagues here who sympathize with my ideology. Each one of us may only be a tiny drop, but as we gather together and are guided in the right direction, we can become a torrent. This is what I firmly believe, and the reason I lead this movement.
Interesting. So, that's what the Ark of Destiny's doctrine is all about. It's completely different from ours. It's more practical, more down to earth, you know.
We share the same basic ideology as Basker. One thing that sets us apart is that we are more like volunteers rather than a monastic order.
Could this building really be?
Yes, we were able to excavate the immigrant ship from folklore and are using it as a shrine. Just as our forefathers of mankind pioneered the way to this planet, we too are aiming for a new frontier we call the future. We not only view this ship as our shrine, but as a symbolic representation of our materialized will.
Frankly, I'm surprised. I thought your explanation would deal with some kind of dream world, but... Whoops, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I have no dream. My duty is to fight to attain repose, and not to look away from reality. Consequently, we have no dream, only harsh reality. Even a management of this order is not cheap.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
No need to worry. Speaking of dreams, however, this will stray from reality, but would you be interested to hear?
Sure.
The lost technology from the ruins is essential in keeping the order active and operating. We outsource various drifters or conduct our own research to excavate these artifacts. Some of the more substantial discoveries stem from dreams I experience.
A dream? That sounds like my kid brother.
Sometimes in my dreams, a girl appears and blesses me with advice.
A girl gives you advice?
Yes, I do not know who this girl is, though. However, her words are always accurate and true. For example, the Ark of Destiny we use as our shrine was granted by her. I call this girl that guides me in my dreams the Sant. Is something the matter? I am in the middle of speaking to my guests. Well, an unexpected situation has... It is all right. Please continue. I have just received a report that survey point number 17 currently being excavated. Apparently someone has broken in, wrecking havoc.
The prophets!
The intruder are a group of 3 plus 1 pet. I repeat, a group of 3 and a pet. They are a party of 4. Their descriptions: a vagarious young woman, a boy with explosives, a stuffed animal-like cat, and a vicious-looking man with an afro. They are all armed and extremely dangerous. The search group and the evacuation group are being evacuated. Security will retreat soon after. This is a terrible situation. According to the Saint, this is where the energy crystals Agulite and Germatron are located. If they fall into the wrong hands. Are you alright?
I think I know exactly who these intruders are.
Hmm? Are they drifter acquaintances? Are they drifter acquaintances of yours?
But we're not associated with them in any way.
If it is all right with you, I would like to ask you to stop them.
Well, I do feel kind of obligated to.
However, we will only accept this as a formal assignment. However, we will only accept this as a formal assignment. Rightly so. I will offer 10,000 Gela for this mission. I believe that is a fair price.
I really feel really terrible about all this.
I too was a drifter before I opened my eyes to this dogma. I fully understand your pride and honor as drifters. That is why I think you deserve that amount. However, I do expect you to perform up to its full value. I look forward to seeing what kind of job 10,000 Gela will buy me.
That's a lot of pressure, but we'll do our best.
Fair enough, right? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So obviously we know who this is. It's got to be Maya's gang. I'm terribly sorry, but you know, when I see like text like this, I'm very terribly sorry, but I remember of the other outlet into the library. Important information regarding artifacts are stored here. By the way, do you think I have a funny voice? Everyone tells me I do. All right. Oh man. Whew. Okay, so we obviously now need to make our way there, but yeah. Really quick, I want to make sure that we... I want to make sure we get the right location here, because I think I missed that. So yeah, we obviously got to stop Maya and her cronies. That's Lumerant. Yeah. Get to the survey point, head south from the Ark, and land on the first beach you see. Once you land, you will see a bridge. Do not cross it. Just search around that vicinity, okay? Simple enough. Well, but you know what that means, guys. This is a great place for us to stop. I know it's a shorter episode, but we did have a dungeon involved, as well as knocked out some side quest stuff. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, your RPG guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And when we come back, we're gonna go give Maya a hard time for these shenanigans here, and we are gonna get back on track with some more trying to save Felgaia and all that good stuff, and figure out what's going on, and maybe, just maybe, but maybe we'll get a chance to bump into Virginia's father again and get some answers. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Check out my Twitch channel, check out my channel at twitch.tv/JackTartStudios for some live action role RPG goodness. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next time.